Welcome to the Wellness Lab Digest, where we help you to absorb powerful, life-changing insights from top wellness experts with our daily bite-sized wellness podcast summaries. Each episode is packed with distilled, powerful takeaways to boost your health and well-being. To support this podcast, please scroll down on whatever app you're listening. Ratings and reviews are helpful. Even better, just send the show to a friend. Check out our sponsors at the bottom of the page, or simply click the Support the Show link below the episode description.
Living to 100 years old, it sounds like science fiction, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the fascinating world of longevity, where reaching triple digits is becoming more common than you might think.
Oh, wow. That's quite a statement. What's driving this trend?
Well, it's pretty mind-blowing. According to Dr. William Lee's research, there are over 722,000 centenarians worldwide. That's a staggering number when you think about it. And get this, it's not just about good genes or luck. Dr. Lee's work suggests that our gut health plays a crucial role in longevity.
Our gut health? That's unexpected. How does that work exactly?
So, it turns out that the bacteria in our gut might be tiny fountains of youth. Dr. Lee has identified 4 specific bacteria found in superagers. You know, those folks who live exceptionally long and healthy lives. These little guys have some pretty impressive effects on our immune function, inflammation, and metabolism.
That's fascinating. So, are we talking about some kind of special probiotic supplement here?
Well, not exactly. It's more about maintaining a diverse and healthy gut microbiome overall. Dr. Lee stresses the importance of eating a wide variety of real foods to support this internal ecosystem. It's like you're cultivating a garden in your gut, and the more diverse the plants, the healthier the garden.
Oh, I see. So it's not just about popping a pill, but about our overall diet and lifestyle?
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting. Some of these gut microbiomes can even enhance wound healing and improve cancer treatment outcomes. It's like having a team of tiny health advocates working inside us 24/7.
That's incredible. It really puts a new perspective on the saying, you are what you eat, doesn't it? But I'm curious, is this just about living longer, or is there more to it?
Great question. Dr. Lee takes a really holistic view of longevity. It's not just about adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. He emphasizes the importance of maintaining a healthy mindset, engaging in physical activity, and fostering social connections.
So it's about quality of life, not just quantity. That makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. And there's always a but, isn't there? Dr. Lee also identifies some major threats to our longevity that we need to be aware of. He points to 3 main factors: metabolic syndrome, cancer, and cardiovascular disease.
Oh, those sound serious. Can you tell us more about these threats?
Sure thing. So, metabolic syndrome is like a cluster of conditions that increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. It often results from poor dietary choices and lack of exercise. As for cancer, well, that's a big one. But here's the silver lining. Dr. Lee emphasizes that many cancers are actually preventable through lifestyle choices and maintaining a strong immune system.
That's actually quite empowering. It means we have some control over our health destiny, doesn't it?
Exactly. And the same goes for cardiovascular health. It's all interconnected. Our gut health, our immune system, our heart, they're all working together to keep us healthy and vibrant. The choices we make every day can have a significant impact on our long-term health.
Well, that's certainly food for thought. Speaking of food, didn't Dr. Lee mention something about microplastics in our food supply?
Yeah, and it's pretty alarming. Microplastics are these tiny plastic particles that have made their way into our food chain. They're in our water, our soil, and consequently, in the foods we eat. Dr. Lee urges us to minimize our exposure to plastics in our daily lives.
That sounds challenging. How can we possibly avoid something that seems so ubiquitous?
You know, it can seem overwhelming, but there are steps we can take. Using reusable containers instead of disposable plastic ones, choosing fresh foods over heavily packaged processed foods, and being mindful of the products we use in our homes can all help reduce our exposure.
Those sound like manageable changes. It's about being more conscious of our choices, right?
Exactly. And that's really the key takeaway from all of this. Being aware and proactive about our health, Dr. Lee's work reminds us that there are so many things we can do to enhance our longevity and overall quality of life.
So it's not about drastic changes or magic pills, but about making conscious choices every day.
That's right. It's about what we eat, how we move, and even how we think and interact with others. And the great thing is, it's never too late to start. Whether you're 25 or 75, there are always steps you can take to improve your health and potentially extend your life.
That's such an empowering message. It makes me want to take a closer look at my own habits.
I feel the same way. This conversation has really got me thinking about my own choices. It's a good reminder to pay attention to what I'm eating, to stay active, and to nurture those important relationships in my life.
Definitely. I'm feeling inspired to make some changes too. Maybe add more variety to my diet, cut down on plastic use, and focus more on those gut-friendly foods Dr. Lee mentions.
Those sound like great goals. And who knows? Maybe we'll be part of that growing centenarian club one day. But even if we don't make it to 100, at least we'll be giving ourselves the best chance at a long, healthy, and fulfilling life.
Well said. Is there anything else from Dr. Lee's research that you found particularly interesting?
Actually, yes. One thing that struck me was how he talked about the importance of joy and enjoyment in living. It's easy to get caught up in all the do's and don'ts of healthy living, but Dr. Lee reminds us that happiness and fulfillment are crucial components of longevity too.
That's such an important point. How do you think we can incorporate more joy into our daily lives?
Well, I think it starts with being present and appreciative of the little things. Maybe it's savoring a delicious, nutritious meal, or taking a moment to enjoy nature during a walk. It could be spending quality time with loved ones or pursuing a hobby that brings you satisfaction. The key is to find what brings you genuine happiness and make time for it regularly.
I love that. It's about creating a life that you enjoy living, not just existing for the sake of longevity.
Exactly. And when you think about it, that kind of positive outlook probably has health benefits of its own. Reduced stress, better sleep, maybe even a stronger immune system. It all ties back to that holistic view of health that Dr. Lee advocates for.
It's amazing how interconnected everything is, isn't it? Our mental state, our physical health, our relationships, they all play a role in our longevity.
They really do, and I think that's one of the most valuable takeaways from this research. It's not about focusing on one magic bullet solution, but about nurturing all aspects of our health and well-being.
That's such a balanced and achievable approach. It makes the idea of living a long, healthy life seem much more attainable.
Absolutely. Well, as we wrap up, I think it's worth noting that while we can't control everything about our health and longevity, we have more power than we might think. Every day is an opportunity to make choices that support our well-being and potentially extend our lives.
And it's not just about living longer, but living better.
Exactly. So here's to living well and living long. Until next time, take care, everyone, and we'll catch you on our next episode.
Thank you for listening to the Wellness Lab Digest. If you have received value from the podcast, I have 3 asks of you. 1, share the show with your friends and send them a link to the show. 2, please leave a rating and review in whatever app you're listening. And last but not least, please let me know what topics you would like us to cover in the future. You can contact me by sending me a message using the Send Us a Text link below the episode description.